Hi, my name is Christian Taylor Williams, and today I wanted to go over my Ancestry DNA results. A little bit about me: I am obviously African American. Um, as far as I know, that is what my entire family identified as. I've always known of, I guess, mixed race ancestry in my family tree, um, but mine was not so typical. Mine was as typical as many African Americans. My family mostly said that they thought we descended from Native Americans. And so I was very interested to see if my results would come back with Native American ancestry, and it will come back with African ancestry, as you can obviously see, African American. But without further ado, here we go. So my ethnicity estimate, I am 78% from Africa. And within that, I am 22% from Nigeria, 18% comes from Mali, or Mali, however you pronounce it. 14% comes from the Ivory Coast / Ghana, 12% from Cameroon / Congo, and then I have 12% in trace regions. Within those, I have 7% Africa Southeastern Bantu, 3% comes from Senegal, 2% Africa's South Central hunter-gatherers, and less than 1% from Benin, and Togo. Benin/Togo. I also have 2% from Asia, which kind of alarms me or kind of surprises me because I've virtually never heard of any Asian ancestry within my family. But for me to have 2% from Asia, I would say that's the equivalent of having a third great grandparent with majority Asian ancestry. So you can see how the message would not get relayed down the generations. But 2% from Asia. Within that, I am less than 1% Asia Central and less than 1% Asia East. Asia Central is not really sure. I think Asia Central is China and no, Asia Central is Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, just a bunch of the stands. And as far as I know, that's Middle Eastern. I know it doesn't say it's Middle Eastern. It's probably not Middle Eastern, but my brain sees that as Middle Eastern type ancestry. And then the less than 1% Asia East is the um, ancestry from Russia, China, North Korea, South Korea, Mongolia, Japan, Taiwan. Asia East is the typical, when you think of Asians, you'd think of Asia East. I'm also 18% European. Within that, I am 7% from the Iberian Peninsula, which is Spain and Portugal. And on my mother's side, there's been talk of Portuguese ancestry through my great-grandmother, who is of Lumbee Indian descent. And if you know anything about the Lumbee Indians, they are a tribe that's recognized in North Carolina, but they're not a federally recognized tribe. And they are said to be a triracial isolate group, meaning that they are actually mostly European, African, and Native American in ancestry, and not like full Native Americans. So I would assume the Iberian Peninsula, 7% would come through my great-grandmother on my mother's side. Then I also have 11% in trace regions for Europe. Within that, 6% is from Scandinavia, 3% is from Great Britain, 1% is from Europe West, um, and then less than 1% is from Ireland. Europe West is Belgium, France, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, Luxembourg, and Liechtenstein. For For some reason, I imagined that I would have a lot of Irish ancestry or a lot more Irish ancestry. I was kind of surprised that it was less than 1%. And then finally, I have 2% from West Asia. And within that 2%, 2% is from the Caucasus or Caucasus, or however you pronounce it. I don't really know what that is. It says it's Armenian and some other stuff, so I just assume that's kind of like in that Middle Eastern region also. I will say that my ancestry results are not entirely surprising. When I took them or when I saw the results, they didn't really make me like go like, wow, I was not expecting this. It's kind of the DNA of an average African American, I would say. Yeah, so the majority of my ancestry is from Nigeria. I'm almost a quarter Nigerian. It's kind of cool. It means I have to visit Nigeria. Um, no Native American ancestry, as far as I can tell, which is kind of odd because I do have an ancestry account with a vast ancestry family tree. Um, and I was able to verify Native American ancestors through my father's mother. So I may have just not got those genes, or they may have not been completely Native American. Because as you know, back in those days, people were highly multiracial. So it could have just been not completely Indian, or even Indian at all. Because people back in those days also went by appearance. So, but that's my ancestry DNA results. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and I will try to answer them. And thank you for tuning in. Bye.